Hey everyone, this is Abby Finance here. So today there was some big news announced. Basically, Intel, which you guys know as a computer chip processing company, actually made a $15 billion acquisition for a company called Mobileye. So today in this video, we're going to take a look at both companies. We're going to see what effect it had on Intel share prices, as well as what effect it had on Mobileye share prices. And then we're also going to take a look at what this might mean for Intel moving forward. So first, we're going to look at Mobileye, which is the company that was acquired. So this is a Israeli company, and something that's interesting is that their price went from $47 on Friday all the way up to $61 today. So that's about a 31% increase from Friday. So that's representative of the premium that Intel is willing to pay Mobileye for their business. Mobileye is a company that provides artificial intelligence for cars, and what Intel is trying to do is diversify their computer chip business away from just providing chips for basic PCs, and they're trying to get into this autonomous driving, autonomous cars industry and market before they miss out on it. So Mobileye is a company that went public in August of 2014. And ever since then, they've been pretty volatile, which is pretty standard for new companies in the stock market. But I think they were always going to be an acquisition target, whether it was going to be from an automotive company like a Ford or a General Motors, or more of a technology company was kind of up in the air. But obviously, as today's headlines pointed out, that it was a technology company that went on and bought Mobileye. So yeah, Mobileye is actually a profitable company, which is pretty rare for, relatively young companies. So this acquisition is not only going to provide new technology for Intel Corporation, but they're also going to provide a small lift to the bottom line of Intel. So now we're going to actually look at Intel, the company that purchased Mobileye. And you can see today that Intel stock actually declined by 2% on the news of the acquisition. And that's likely because Intel is paying quite the premium, 34% over what the stock of Mobileye closed at last Friday. Yeah, so Intel is going to be paying up for the acquisition of Mobileye. They didn't get the cheapest deal ever, but in Intel's perspective, it just seems to make sense to diversify into this new industry that they're not currently a part of. And as it is, Intel Corporation stock already looks relatively cheap. A 16.65 price to earnings ratio means that there's a lot of earnings backing up their price, and their dividend yield is quite high for a technology company. And I think this acquisition here is something that, it won't really lead to any positive gains in the first 5 years, most likely. But as autonomous driving and autonomous cars start to develop more and government regulations start to get put into place, I think that this could be a very important acquisition for Intel. And while Intel Corporation most likely will not be producing cars themselves, what they're going to be doing is utilizing their existing computer chip processing, and they're going to integrate it with the Mobileye technology. And then what they're going to do is they're probably going to license it out and sell it to major auto manufacturers. So these auto manufacturers don't need to go out and develop this autonomous driving technology for themselves, but instead they're just going to be able to use this Intel Mobileye product now. Well, Intel Corporation closed down 2% today, and Mobileye closed up about 30% today. Realistically, none of these numbers really matter in the short term, because ultimately, it's a big question as to whether this deal will ever get approved by the government or not, which it likely will. Mobileye is only a $15 billion company. It's not really competing in the same space as Intel Corporation. So yeah, the deal will probably get approved sometime in the next 6 months to a year, and then the companies will begin to integrate their operations, and there will be some job cuts between the two companies. But really, this is a probably 10 or 15 year path for Mobileye to really become meaningful to Intel Corporation. But it's very important that these technology companies kind of get into the autonomous driving space as soon as they can. Great, so I hope you guys learned something today about either Mobileye or Intel Corporation. And if you didn't learn about those two companies, maybe you already knew all this stuff, then hopefully you learned about autonomous driving, which is definitely coming here in probably about the next decade. And autonomous driving is basically just when a car is being operated by itself, aka the computers within the car, the radar, and additional sensors, like a Tesla basically. They're just driving the car down the road, staying within lines, and it's going to be a lot safer for society, and that's the reason why so many companies are pushing towards autonomous driving nowadays. Great, so thanks for listening. This is Abby Finance here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you like what you heard, and leave a like or a comment if you're interested in creating some conversation here. Thanks. Bye.